The Washington County Circuit Court is filing a gag order in the double murder case of Andrew McGahn. 5 News reporter Bo Russell is here right now to break down the reason for that new filing. Bo?
We were sent the document this afternoon, which is titled An Order Limiting Pretrial Public Statements from Washington County Prosecutor Brandon Carter. After McGahn's arraignment back on August 14th, Carter actually gave us a heads up that this gag order was likely on its way soon.
I anticipate that at some point in the coming days or weeks that there will be some form of a gag order issued in this case because of the notoriety that it's received.
That order came down at around 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon, when this document was sent to over a dozen news outlets from across the country. The document says that because of, quote, extensive media coverage, attorneys of record, witnesses, and anyone involved with multiple law enforcement agencies are barred from making public comment on this case.
This office has released all of the facts of the investigation that it's ever going to release in this case. I'll be releasing no more statements about the investigation itself.
The document claims that this gag order is necessary in order to ensure McGahn's right to a fair trial. McGahn's next court appearance will be a continuation hearing where an update will be given on the status of the investigation.
The state is going to pursue the death penalty in this case. I've never been involved in a death penalty case that didn't last multiple years.
Now tonight, we have new information 5 News obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request with Washington County Jail. Documents sent to us show that McGahn has been held in an isolation unit. They also show that McGahn has made dozens of virtual calls to his family members who live in Tulsa, where McGahn went to college. The now 29-year-old's next court appearance will be on November 14th, this time at the Washington County Circuit Court. I'm Bo Russell, 5 News.
All right, Bo, thank you for that. Arkansas health officials are warning that mosquitoes are spreading West Nile virus this summer. 8 cases have been reported in Arkansas with at least 1 death. Pest control experts say the best way to protect yourself is to get rid of standing water on your property because they say this is the prime breeding ground for mosquitoes.
Changing dog water bowls, pet water bowls, things like that. I know we all change that out regularly, but just give it a couple of days is enough time for mosquito eggs to hatch.
The Department of Health says the peak months for West Nile infections are typically between July and October. Well, it is the only one of its kind in the world, and it's officially open at the Walmart home office campus in Bentonville. 5 News anchor Darren Bobb joins us live tonight to tell us about the new Global Security Operations Center. Darren?
Yeah, it is really amazing. I'm actually standing out in front of the Walmart Purpose building, and in the basement of this huge building is that center that actually is the culmination of 20 years of search.
This is a really important milestone in the way that Walmart serves the communities in which we operate in the aftermath of any kind of disaster, whether it's a hurricane, flash flood, sometimes man-made disasters. And it's really fitting that we're standing here one day before the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, because Walmart's response in the aftermath of Katrina was a really pivotal moment in Walmart's history.
Rachel Brand is the Executive Vice President of Global Governance. She and her team set up this new center right after Katrina. The center gives the company the ability to monitor any risk at any Walmart location around the world.
U.S. focused, it's now truly global. So you would see all of our facilities all around the world on this map. And then we're tracking global incidents, whether it's weather or geopolitical. You'll see those are not our incidents, those are incidents happening just in the world. And so we track that, and then we can track how it affects our facilities.
And that means making sure the associates and customers at any of those facilities are safe.
This facility is staffed now 24/7 in an elevated way. So we've got watch commanders back there who have the judgment and the experience 24/7 to help us begin to respond to an incident. And then we've brought technology and an increased number of data feeds and streams in a really empowering way.
In an exclusive interview with Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she says this could be the catalyst in bringing more technology like this to Arkansas.
One of the best things is to point to the success story here. When you're Fortune 1 and everybody else is looking to see how do we replicate the level of success that Walmart has done and know that it can be done right here in Arkansas, that's a great story for us to tell. It's one that we're really proud of, and we're really thankful that they don't just exist here, they invest here.
More importantly, the governor says it will help the state in a very big way.
The way that they're first to step up when there's a natural disaster or any type of event, they're one of the first calls we make outside of government services, because they've never once told us we can't help or we're unwilling to help. They say yes and then figure out the steps after that.
All right, so if we were to tell you everything that went inside this building or takes place inside this building 24 hours a day, we'd be here for hours. But Morgan, I can tell you this is an amazing concept that is designed to work on making shopping and working at any location of Walmart around the world a lot safer. Morgan, back to you.
All right, Darren, thank you so much. Governor Sanders also announced several policy changes for state employees today, including plans to end remote work. In a letter from the governor to state employees, she says the remote work measures they implemented during the pandemic are no longer needed. Her office is also encouraging in-person meetings instead of virtual. That change will take effect on October 1st. Washington Regional Medical Center is celebrating its 75th anniversary today. Washington Regional began as a small county hospital on this day in 1950. The celebration brought together workers from past and present to recognize all the work that's been done over the past 7.5 decades.
There's no doubt we have a great campus, we have great technology, but what makes Washington Regionals are people. The doctors and the nurses that are on the tip of that spear taking care of patients.
During this evening's anniversary celebration, the hospital also showcased some of the advances it's making for the future. Labor Day, of course, is this weekend, and as the summer season comes to a close, cooler temperatures set in, travelers can look forward to dipping airfare and the cheapest gas prices we've seen since 2020. Tonight, AAA reports the national average for a gallon of regular gas is $3.21. In Arkansas, the number fell to $2.78 today, while in Oklahoma, drivers are paying just a penny more at $2.79. Most states are about 20 cents cheaper than this time last year. AAA expects that trend to continue into the fall.
Typically, seasonal trends dictate that prices will go down as we head into fall and winter. That's for a number of reasons. One, gasoline demand falls off at the end of summer. People just aren't traveling quite as much with school back in and the weather cooling off a little bit. But then also stations around the country will make the switch from summer blend gasoline to winter blend gasoline. Winter blend is a little bit cheaper to produce. So typically that switchover accounts for about a 15-cent per gallon drop around the country.
Now, if you're hitting the roads this holiday weekend, AAA says these will be the best times to leave. For most places, you can see it's in the morning. The worst time to travel is expected to be tomorrow between noon and 8, and Monday afternoon as people are headed home.